Hi everybody, my name's Kai and welcome back to the 4-0 Experience. Today I'll be giving you guys my personal opinion about how the Arizona Diamondbacks did after this 2024 trade deadline. The Arizona Diamondbacks were looking to have a phenomenal trade deadline this year, especially after being World Series contenders after last year. One of the biggest things threatening this Arizona Diamondbacks team has been their rotation, and that was obviously something they were trying to look forward to come this trade deadline. Not to mention the fact that bats haven't essentially been too hot as of recently, so they are also looking for some good potential bench bats to come out, pinch hit, or even some key role players that they could have added to this starting lineup to just make things a little more spice. One of the coolest things about this deadline that Arizona was able to do was pick up AJ Puk, one of the players from the Miami Marlins, who has a great stat line this year, has roughly about a 4.0 ERA, and is a very similar pitcher to Brandon Pfaadt. One of the best things about Puk, in my opinion, is his 12-6 curveball. I think it's got great movement on it, and it makes a lot of guys swing and miss. He's got a great sinker and great cutter and a great slider that has great east-west coast movement. And I personally think he's going to be a pitcher that thrives in the NL West. I think a lot of the competition in the NL West doesn't necessarily see a lot of breaking balls in the sense that a lot of the NL pitchers have great fastball stuff. I think a lot of the guys out of the pens tend to have great upper 100 plus mile per hour fastballs, cutters, even some great slider movement too from players like Johan Duran is something that you just don't see a lot. And I think AJ Puk is someone that's really going to offer a lot more in this NL West division, especially where teams like the San Francisco Giants have a horrible swing and miss rate against breaking ball pitches. So I think AJ Puk is going to be a guy that's really going to start thriving in this NL West division. I think a lot of the Arizona rivalries that they'll have with teams like the Dodgers, the Padres, and even the Rockies, I think he's going to be a great guy to use in that rotation. And especially with Eduardo Rodriguez and Merrill Kelly being out for another extended period of time, I think it's going to be a great guy that we can add to this rotation. And personally, I give him about a B+ rating in terms of acquirement for Arizona. Maybe even higher depending on how his first couple of starts go for us. So he's a guy I'm really excited and really trying to look forward to in this starting five, and I think he's going to really thrive here in the NL West. And one of the other trade deadline acquisitions that we got from Miami was Josh Bell. Unfortunately, Christian Walker went on the IL the other day due to an oblique strain and won't be back, I think, for another 15 days or so. So getting Josh Bell was a real relief for us. A guy with great power, just like Walker, a guy that you can just have pinch hit in really clutch spots and really just show up for a team. So Josh Bell has been one of my favorite acquisitions probably of this deadline for Arizona, and I think there's just so much potential behind Josh Bell in the NL. He used to play for the Pittsburgh Pirates, so I know he's used to seeing some of the pitchers in this division a lot more. So I think it's going to be really great to see from Josh Bell exactly how he can stand out for a team like Arizona, and I think he's a great role player there. I think his personality matches a lot of guys on the team, and I know he's really excited to see players like Eugenio Suarez, just guys that he used to play with, guys he used to see a lot more in that NL Central division. So I think it's going to be really fun seeing Josh Bell in this lineup, and I think he's going to add a lot of much-needed power to this team. One of the last acquisitions that Arizona got was someone they really needed, which was a bullpen arm in the name of Dylan Floro. We got him from the Washington Nationals, and he's been a standout pitcher with a 2.0 ERA through around close to 60 innings, which has been phenomenal for obviously someone coming out of the pen. Arizona has a lot of guys this year that are really showing up out of the pen, such as Justin Martinez. Paul Sewald's finally starting to come around, even after his few rough blown saves that he had towards the end of the first half. But I think it's really going to be great to see another relief pitcher that Arizona can really depend on and count on to lead this team in the later stages of games, especially during the close ones. I know Arizona's had a lot of close run games, not the last few games against the Nationals after the 17-0 blowout, which was due to a lot of factors, especially one of those being Eugenio Suarez, who's now batting roughly in the 400s in his last 15 games. Eugenio is going crazy right now after the second half, and your Arizona Diamondbacks are finally through the first 10 games after the All-Star break, and we're 7-3, and Arizona now owns a wild card spot right over the New York Mets. So I think it's going to be great to see a lot of players start showing up in the second half. Corbin Carroll looks to start having a bat again. Thank goodness. Looks like the sophomore slump's kind of simmering down a little bit, so that's always great to see. And I think one of the guys that's really going to start stepping up even more is Ketel Marte. He's now leading in things on the team like runs, RBIs, batting average, runs scored, home runs. So I think that's going to be a guy that's really going to lead this team going into this postseason run. So all of us, I know, are wanting to bring back the chaos, and I think that's something this team can really start doing in the second half. So can't wait to see how Arizona goes. I think we had a phenomenal trade deadline. My final grade, to anybody who's wondering, is definitely going to be an A. I think Arizona were massive winners at this deadline. So I can't wait to see how this Arizona team thrives in the second half. And I think personally that this team's just going to start keeping this momentum going. And we have a really easy second half schedule, so I think it's something we can really accomplish. I think the postseason run is just right there. So I think Arizona has a really great shot at making wild card or maybe even making a top seed. Obviously, I don't know how that's going to go against the Dodgers, but there's always hope. But I do think Arizona is definitely going to stay put into the wild card spot. They're projected with a 50% chance and up. So I think Arizona's got really good chances this year. So yeah, that was my prediction on the trade deadline. So thank you guys so much. That was just my wording on it. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys again so much for watching this Arizona Diamondback content. This again is just my personal belief on how I think Arizona did on the trade deadline. I think we did really well, and I can't wait to see again how this team goes on during the second half of this postseason push. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys can go check out the rest of the Arizona Diamondback videos that we have posted on the channel. We have more stuff about how we did during the MLB draft, just how about the season's gone so far. So I hope you guys can go check out that. One of my other buddies on the channel, his name's Strider. He posts a lot of great Phoenix Suns content. So I hope you guys go check out that stuff, especially as we're getting closer to this NBA season. So yeah, thank you guys so much again for watching. And this is Kai, and that was the end of Kai's Corner.